So we have two people trying to skip around for zombies, and they were ready to fight the side boss, and they were confident since they got stuff pack-a-punched. But at the end of everything, it ended at round 20.
The next day,
Sid and his sister was traveling through the lawless town. Sid was excited, but his sister felt the complete opposite. And the main reason is because she wanted to go protect him. But we know that Shadow can protect himself. So later on that day, Sid was making bank, and all the people who tried to steal from him was probably fuming right now. And bro took at least 5, so he made bank off those thieves. But when Shadow was done, something caught his eye, and it was 3 NPCs messing with a zombie. And I got one simple question for these people. Why are they this bold to mess with this creature? I would have already been hit the fade button. But once when the moon turned red, it went from peaceful to hardcore mode on them, because they were turned into one as well. And Sid was watching the whole entire thing. So they try to go after Sid, but he knows he's untouchable, because this baddie came for the save. Then she decided to say this to him.
Run if you value your life. The frenzy has begun.
As soon as she said that, she vanished off, and she got a clean moonshot. And she earned herself a fan because of the phrase. Later on, Claire realizes that Sid was not there, and she was heated. It was to a point that someone was getting chased, and she instantly got rid of the threat, all because she was severely angry. Later on, Claire went out and saw the body and thought it was her brother, but the vampire hunter said it was not her brother. So then she realized and asked what happened. So they assumed that he got kidnapped. So that's when they decided to go team up because they have similar goals. So while Shadow was saving people, he realized something was going on. He noticed that 2 people were fighting, and he wanted to join in that action. So he came down with a crazy entrance and stopped them from fighting. And that's when bro introduced himself. So one of them said screw it and broke down the door. And before they left, Shadow told them about the phrase that he heard. They questioned about it, and afterwards they kept on moving. So we had 2 people walking through the gate, and this dude is already afraid of them even though he's the guard. And he was yapping not too long ago talking about he wanted to off someone, even though he was not afraid of Shadow, even though he stopped their fight. So he's like, he's good enough. You're mine! And he immediately gets pieced up, not in a box. And now he wonder who he is when it's too late. And during this moment, Shadow is just a broken record, so he has no choice but to hear that. And bro walks away with finesse. What the f? So Shadow just walks into the room, and it's the best room that he ever seen. And we all know how Shadow gets down with money, and all of this is basically his now. And bro found a jackpot for what he was looking for, so he took everything with his ability. So after all that, Shadow got a plan. So we all see this dude, right? This man was yapping about his plan. So while this dude was talking, he got hit with the final smash. Bro didn't get a chance to become Dio. And remember when I said Shadow's a broken record right now? He basically said the same thing to the vampire, and dude can't even hear him. Bro got wiped off the map before the game even started. Bro, look at him. And bro was wondering what to do next. So while all the chaos is happening, he basically decided to go leave the area and basically explore. But there was still a present that's about to go wild. So we have Shadow's sister and a vampire slayer with each other. Then they felt the rumbling out of nowhere. It's all because this dude used his score streak. A dude was close for getting a nuke, and he sees 3 people that have put him to 29 kills. Bro's going ham and not letting anything stop him. Bro even made one to a donut, but he can't make it to an official bakery because he's not an important character. And bro heard his last person for a nuke, so he pounced onto them, and everything was immediately on sight. Claire was going through it, and then dude said next, and gets her as well. And dude realized he didn't get his notifications for his nuke, and the reason why because both of them still alive, but one of them was not doing good. The main reason why because she was missing an arm, so she tried to use a med kit on her, but she decided to cancel the animation. The main reason why because she see a slurp juice right in front of her. And now we got some fan service for a quick moment. Then Claire needed to know what was going on, but she was too busy getting a power boost, and she's immediately ready for round 2, and she was putting mad pressure on him. So dude says screw everything and breaks the ground, then immediately charged after Claire, and no one could do anything in this situation. But then Shadow spawned into the world, then he stepped on dude's weapon and hit him with a gun, make him spin like he's a Beyblade, and it was basically game. So Claire and the vampire hunter managed to make it up on top. Everything was fine until Claire got attacked from someone who had a high level sneak, and obviously no one seen that coming. Turns out it was the vampire queen that had awoken, and first thing she wanted was blood. But that's when Shadow Garden came by to the rescue, and managed to just barely save her. So while the others was trying to save Claire, the queen decided to go regenerate back. But that's when they decided to go attack again, but it failed. She blocked her attack like she's playing basketball, but one of them came back with a D1 foul and managed to injure her, and that's when she decided to power up. So dude decided to try to break the #1 anime rule, and then he tried to attack her, but it failed. So she was like, don't you ever try to break that rule again with your side character self. Get that weak shit out of here. And the crazier part is she made him sit like a good boy. Then she started to crash out and lash on everybody. No one was safe. Then afterwards the queen decided to go infect them, and some of them received PTSD from this. It even got Claire badly. But then Claire was sent into her conscious. But then she made this baddie, and she was saying you was cooked if I wasn't there. And while this was happening, she was using her body in the real world. After she got done adjusting to her body, she went on a defense and stopped the incoming attack. Everyone everyone was shocked about how she stopped the attack so easily. But she was not done and pulled a reverse Uno card and sent it right back at her. But the Vampire Queen used it as a counterattack, and Aurora complimented her for being so lively. And that's when they were clashing with each other, and the Vampire Princess was losing. After that, she decided to use her ultimate move, and she almost pulled off her attack. And Beta was warning her and everything, but her body decided to decline her, and she was bummed out about it. But that's when she decided to go. And the main reason why, because the star is about to come. And that's when Shadow pulled up wanting all the smoke. And that's when the final fight begins. And they instantly sent a barrage of attacks to each other. And the main reason why he kept up with this is just because he was saving his treasure. And Beta thought it was a completely different reason. So Shadow's left joystick was getting drift, so he ended the clash war. And as soon as they got close to each other, they stood on business immediately. And they basically treated it like a Dragon Ball fight. And now one of them was trying to let them out unscathed. And they were mainly having a blast with each other. But at the end of everything, the princess wanted to know his name. So Shadow said, "You ain't gonna know that. I'm just gonna reverse everything." And that was basically game. And just like that, Shadow vanished into the shadows. And everything was at peace for now. And you know what else ends at peace? This video, because I really do hope that you enjoyed this type of video. If you did enjoy, you might as well go leave a like. And what anime should I do next as well? And I do have a Discord server and I stream on Twitch as well. But until then, I'll see you next time in a different video. I love y'all.